Y'all know what time it is.
Y'all know what time it
It's that
is.
real talk, straight talk
Ooh,
with the
you know
royal
what it
queen.
is. It's straight talk with the royal queen.
With the Royal Queen.
Y'all know what time it is. It's straight
Yeah.
talk with the
Hey,
Royal
we
Queen.
straight talking with the
Yes,
Royal
baby.
Queen right
It's
now.
that time when you finna hit that real talk, straight talk with the royal queen.
Hey guys, it's your girl, the Royal Queen, and we are here with another episode of Straight Talk with the Royal Queen, and we have the one and only Wille Hampton. How you doing today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am great. I am so glad to have you here. It's definitely been a long time coming.
It's good to be here.
It's overdue.
Right, it's overdue.
All right, let's get the ball rolling. Now, I want to start out in we want to let the viewers know that you Marietta born and raised.
Yeah, straight Marietta.
Okay.
Cross town.
And what hood you claiming today?
From B-Town, Baptist Town, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, Hunt Street.
All right. I heard that. Clock that. B-Town, clock that. Now I'm gonna ask you, who was Willie as a young person?
As a kid, I guess they call, Bobby Brown. They call it, they say I was a little Bobby Brown. Cause we had a little, like I say, a New Edition group, and we went around the town singing New Edition, and so we sort of picked up that image. We thought we was New Edition, so I thought I was Bobby Brown when I was little.
Okay. Now, who was a part of that New Edition group?
It was my family, me and my cousins, my little brother Terrence, my cousin Tarvan, Anthony, Dennis. That's about it. It was just five of us, So, we had to have five, so we chose five of the ones that we thought could dance. You know what I'm saying? So, we just thought we was New Edition.
Okay, I love that. Now, who was two of your best childhood friends?
I would say, let me see, Roy and my cousin Tony.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we hung together every day.
You're in the industry.
Yeah.
How did you when did you get your first opportunity to get in the industry?
I guess let me see, we was young. We've been doing this forever. So like I say, when I was a senior, I met Kevin Wells, and he sort of took us in as his oldest group because he dealt with a lot of kid groups, and I was already at the age of 18, but the other guys in my group 16, 17, and so he gave us a shot. You know what I'm saying? And we was ragtime, and we did all Atlanta. We went around Atlanta. By that time we was out of the New Edition phase. We was doing our own stuff. So so like I said, we was in that little circle, ABC, 5 Deep. You know what I'm saying? Ragtime. So that Kevin gave us our first shot.
Willie, what was it like working with Another Bad Creation?
It was fun. It was some good times. We learned a lot. About working with K Wells and Shiz. It was just that Shiz was Kevin's partner at the time, so we had we learned a lot about sort of Kevin was teaching us. We were teaching ABC. Everybody was teaching each other. We had a Lil Will group. Lil Will, I don't know if you know Lil Will. He did Looking for Nikki that I wrote when I was with Dutch's Family. He did the Icy. He got a lot of hits that he was out there on. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I've been working with Lil Will since he was 12. So it was nice, man. We learned a lot by becoming that little crew.
Okay, I love that. I want to talk about the Masters. It is a big deal with this generation about owning the Masters.
Mm-hmm.
Why wasn't that talked about, or why wasn't Black people educated on that back in the day?
I mean, it was something that was educated, but it was a secret that the labels kept from the artists. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it wasn't secret, but it was something that they tried to keep from them, because if you came in as an artist, you were sort of green to the game, like, you know what I'm saying, that you have to learn the music business because if you don't, the label gonna realize that, and they gonna, you know what I'm saying, back then the labels was taking advantage of artists, you know what I'm saying, and this new generation, you know what I'm saying, probably around, I think we was like, when I was with Organized Noise, Rico, he sort of worked that first type of deal to where all us was like non-exclusive. We owned our, they never took our publishing, you know what I'm saying. Everybody from the Dungeon family owned their own publishing, you know what I'm saying. And we was one of the first crews that did that, you know what I'm saying. Like Bad Boy wasn't doing that, you know. P owned everybody, shit, you know what I'm saying. And you know, a lot of, you know, other companies wasn't doing that. So it was like we got that first shot at owning all our masters, and from there on, a lot of the newer generation, when they got in the game, they never sold their master. They never did publishing deals. They tried to, you know, and that's part of the thing. You got to try to hold on to your publishing and masters, as you call it. You want to hold on to them as long as you can. And see what they do before you even work some kind of publishing deal, because you may be giving away a lot of money that you can, that, like I said, could be yours. You know what I'm saying? If you hold on to your publishing. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, what advice do you wish someone had gave you before you got in the industry?
I guess the same as learn the business, learn the inside of it, instead of just like going into, because it took me a while. Like I said, I was doing the artist thing, trying to learn the artist thing until we, you know, we got to where the point where they was like, you need to know the business, and I realized that I did need to know it, you know, because a lot of stuff I didn't know at first. So, you know, it's good to know the business, and I wish somebody would have told me that from the jump. Yeah. Instead of, you know, looking at us as artists and as a machine, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was trying to put us to work. We was young. So my homeboy Brian, he was always that type dude. Man, I'm finna read this book. I'm finna learn this, and he's with me now as a co-manager. You know what I'm saying? And I did that because he was one of the first ones. Like, he was, you know, to go out there and, like, we need to learn the business. He just tell me that all the time. Yeah. So, you know, that's basically it. Just learn the business. Yeah.
What was it like working with family members?
Family members, it was easy to me because I was scared to say what I needed to say to them. You know what I'm saying? We working with family members, but see, that was like when we was kids. So I wasn't the oldest, so you know what I'm saying. We had to argue about we gonna do this, this way. But I guess as I got older, when I worked with family, you know, I helped with the Hamptons. I could say what I wanted to say, put it that way, and it was I didn't hold back. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we was family. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and you know, I basically did that with everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? If we're gonna work, you gotta be stern and do what, you know what I'm saying? I guess it's family is easy. It was easy to be put it that way. It was easy to work with.
Okay. You've done some work with Dallas Austin and some other big names in the industry. I want to know, how did you hook up with the Dungeon family?
It goes back to the Lil Will situation. Like, when we was with K Wells and, you know, ABC came out, all of us sort of went different directions for a second, and then, but we kept, you know, me and Will always kept in touch with each other. And Will, he was working with Pebbles, and Pebbles had connection with Organized Noise. So when they decided they wanted to sign Will, I was hanging with Will at the time. We ran back into each other, and I wrote a song called The Lolo, and I let Lil Will sing it at a couple of the shows that I was promoting at the time at Club Escape. It was Red Train or whatever. So I had Lil Will performing and opening up for us, and they, Rico and Sleeping On realized Will had this song, so they wanted to sign him. When I found out, when they found out I was the one who wrote it, and I had already gave them a copy of my tape. You know, we had tapes then, cassettes, but they didn't listen to it. They thought I was, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So I'm in LA. We was dropping Lil Will off at the studio, and LA was there. So LA, I guess when me and Robbie was leaving, you know, Robbie cut hair, because we were still a group at the time. So me and Robert was leaving, and we dropped Will off, and Will came running out to the car telling me LA want me. You know, so I'm like, what the hell LA want? So I went in, and you know, the Dutch, Rico, Cool Joe, all of them was sitting in there, and Candy from Escape, all of them was sitting in there. So they, LA asked me, did I write the song? And I was like, yeah, I wrote the Lolo. He was like, well, we want to sign Will, and I was like, well, you know, he asked me, did I have any other music for it? I said, man, I got albums and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I had already had an album together that I was working on. So he said, come back down and he'll, you know, let him hear some stuff. And he'll put me on one of his writing teams or something. So Rico stood up, and Rico was like, man, I got it. You know what I'm saying? So from that day right there, you know, I was Dungeon Family. He signed me a couple months later, but he already started paying me, like probably the next day. You know what I'm saying? When I came to bring, I came down there with my little beat machine, and they hooked it up to the SSL. We was at Doppler, and the first few songs I played for them, they was like, yeah, we want that, we want that, we want that. Okay. So we recorded them 3 songs. It was around November, and I signed by January. But he took care of me real good before we signed, so that I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna be.
Willie, I want to ask you, when did you first realize you had that talent and that gift for writing music?
Oh man, I always have, so I always knew it. Even in school, like when I was junior high, I was writing songs. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me leave the New Edition group that I was in and start my own, you know, group of writing our own songs. Me and Brian Marshall, we linked up. They lived behind us, and we sort of linked up and was like, man, I want to sing our songs. I don't want to do New Edition. So we sat together and started writing songs, and that's, you know, and the songs that we was writing, people was loving them. Like we kids, and so it was like, that's when I knew I had. Yeah. So I wrote.
What is a crazy story you can share with us about the Dungeon family?
Let me see. That's a little, man, there's so many stories, man. I can tell you one time that sort of, we was doing like a tour or something. We went to LA, and we had this party out there. Matter of fact, if you watch the Art of Organized Noise, they show clips of this party, and it's the only time I ever almost got into a fight with a celebrity or something while I was out there, and it was Ice-T. But we didn't always get in a fight. Let me tell you what happened. So we get there, and we see Ice-T, so we like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? While we was riding by on the bus or the van, and he was sitting in the Lamborghini or something. So, you know, we get in the party, and we chilling, we smoking, drinking. You know, I see him cross the pool, so I throw him one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, peace. You know what I'm saying? Because they started looking over there what we had. So all of a sudden he started throwing up gang signs at me, you know. So this one, like, he was active. Like, Ice-T really was active, like, you know. So he, every time I would look over there, he would do the same thing. He'd throw up some gang signs. I'm like, what are you doing this shit too? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm from Atlanta, you know, so we ain't with all that, you know, the gang shit. So we just chilling out. So I tell Big Rube, I'm like, hey man, watch this. You know, I look over, and he doing it again. So I'm like, Big Rube, like, what the hell? I said, man, I threw him a peace sign, and ever since then he been throwing up gang shit. You know, I don't know all that. So he was like, he said, how you do it? I said, man, I threw him a peace sign. He's like, man, nah, that's. He said, together mean peace, divided mean war. I was like, man, I don't know nothing about all that type of shit. So, you know, he kept on doing it every time so when we got ready to perform, he came up he was by the stage, and I was like, hey man, you know, I grew up on your music, man. I don't know nothing about no gangs. I'm from Atlanta, man. You know, we players, you know, so he was like, I said, man, my homeboy told me what it was. I said, I did this again. I said, I did that to him, and I said, man, I said, peace, man. I said, I was just trying to, so he was like, Yeah, man, everything good. But first they was looking like they wanted to get out there and start some shit. So he was like, yeah, man, everything good. Gave us some doubt. He was like, man, y'all about to go on? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, do y'all thing. So we get up there, we doing our thing, you know what I'm saying? And the song In Due Time came on by Outkast. So we doing that song, and I was sitting, I'm looking at Ice-T and his partner, who was a big dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking over there while he performing, like, yeah. And all of a sudden, Ice-T walk off, and the dude that was with him started swinging on sets about. They just jumped out. It was like they were trying to start something. Like they had to start. So it was a big fight broke out. I jumped off the stage, get wished out. You know what I'm saying? People in the crowd threw us back on stage, and we get up there and the party stops. Man, they stopped the party because it was like feds, so that was patrolling or whatever, doing the security. So we walking back through the crowd. Somebody else bumped me, like a little Mexican guy. He was about 3, you know what I'm saying? But that's like the crazy time I had when I went out to LA and it was like, you know what I'm saying, like a fight over here, fight. Everybody was trying, you know what I'm saying? It was like crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that was one of my wildest times I had by being on the road, you know what I'm saying, with organized noise. And it was a lot of stories, there's a lot of stuff went on, but that was one of my funniest times I've had when I was with them.
Okay. I want to ask you this, and this is just your opinion, okay? Who do you feel like put Atlanta on the map? I mean, really broke it where it was about the South, in your opinion?
Yeah, I already know that answer. Outkast.
Okay.
Good, you know. That's who, you know, Atlanta was doing something because you had Mojo and Raheem and everybody doing their thing back in the days when we was doing the ABC thing. Everybody was, you know, it was a little circled in. But when Outkast came, it was like the whole world wanted to hear what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like just the South listening to certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, the old school. But like I said, when Outkast came, that's what did it.
Do you feel like Outkast got the recognition they deserved?
Oh yeah, and they still getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You can't get no, you know, better than the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And this just happened, so you know, it's just like they are part of Atlanta. They made Atlanta.
Yeah.
They made it what it is.
Now, who was all part of the Dungeon family? I know you had Goody Mob, you had Outkast. Who else was a part of the Dungeon family?
First generation, like I said, Outkast, Goody Mob, Big Rube, Mr. DJ, Lil Will, Backbone, Cool Breeze, Witch Doctor. Those were the artists. Then we was producers, Rico, Ray, that's Sleepy Brown. You got Pat. Pat is Ray. Ray is Ray Merge. Pat is Sleepy Brown. Then you got we had Chance. Me. It was Quiz. My kid Quiz. You got I think that was about it on the first generation. I'm trying not to forget nobody because they'll see this and be like, hey man, you let me out. I think that was it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, then you know you got the crew Uzi, you know what I'm saying? You got that's about it, you know. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that we will ever
Boulevard.
see
Boulevard. Can't forget about Boulevard.
Okay.
Moan. Yeah. That's about it.
Okay. Do you think we will ever see a Dungeon family reunion?
Oh yeah. We, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the shows, I'm not sure about, you know what I'm saying? I know Ray working on the Dungeonese album. Ray got an album he working on. Everybody's still working, but I'm not sure about, you know what I'm saying? Like if you were here, like an album, but you will see shows with everybody. Like we do that every year. around like East Point there or something like that, you're gonna see the Dodger family come. You know, you're gonna see all that.
I want to check that out. I would love to see
Yeah,
that.
they do that every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and matter of fact, we I think Piedmont Park. We supposed to be, you know, it's everybody gonna be there. So I'm not sure who our performers, but I know people from the Dodger family, and you know, the other artists gonna be there. Wolf Creek, that's 404 day, and we're doing something at Stankonia that night on 404 day.
Okay.
So you're gonna probably, if you there, if you know anybody there, they're gonna see some of the Dodger family. You know, you might see everybody show up.
Well, I want to ask you a question. Where is the witch doctor?
The witch doctor, he's still around. He's doing shows. Matter of fact, I just saw he did a show a couple weeks ago, but he's still around. When we do Dungeon Family shows, you will see EJ. He gonna come out. You know, he gonna do his thing. Him and Backbone, they gonna, you know, they at every show doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see. Sometimes you might see Mister, you know what I'm saying, make an appearance. You know, Blackberry Molasses. I forgot about Suge back then. I mean, Suge was part of he wrote Blackberry Molasses. That's Suge Love. But yeah, Witch Doctor, he's still around. He's doing his thing, and I know he still records too. So you will hear from Witch Doctor.
Okay. All right, and you also got Kilo. I'm gonna show
doing his thing.
you
Yeah. Kilo, that's right, yeah.
Kilo was a part of Organized Noise.
Mm-hmm.
How was it, you know, working with Kilo?
Kilo, that's my brother, man. It's always nice to work with Kilo, because Kilo, he was a singer too. So we got a new song like together, me and Kilo. It's called That Girl Right There. But you know, Kilo he's going through the thing, like he had a stroke, so he's recovering, but he's doing shows again now. He's back to doing shows.
Okay.
We doing the No Pressure tour right now with Sharon Showcase. Miss Sharon, she got a No Pressure tour going on right now with DJ Taz, me, Sam, Kilo. We got rappers and Southern Soul artists. So that's what's going on. Like I say, the 4-4 day, we hitting all 3 events. And Kilo just may be performing. I know he performed a couple weeks ago with Sam.
Okay.
And as y'all know, that him and Sam was rivals at the time back in the day. Now they on stage together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I love to hear that. Your opinion, when it comes to Kilo, what song back in the day you felt like was the fans' favorite from Kilo?
Man, Kilo had a lot of hits. I can't even tell you, because people love all of them. There was started with Cocaine, you know what I'm saying, and from man, Kilo got so many hits, man. Nasty Dancer, man. When he do a show, he really don't even have to do nothing. He just do that right there. You might say a few words, but the crowd does his music for him. Like, that feel good just watching that go on. Yeah. And the other week we was at O'Reilly's and he did a show. Kilo. All he got to do is that, man, and it's like it's like almost surreal to see people the way they react when Kilo come out. Kilo was larger than he never got the credit that he deserved. You know what I'm saying? Like Kilo was the man. You know? And he's still the man when he perform right now. You can see the energy of the crowd just change when he come out there. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. Yeah.
Have you ever done any work with Unkemp?
Baby D, that was a cat named Saigon that we worked with back in the day. You know, we got a song now called Old Atlanta, and we got Baby D on, we got Sam on. We got over 40 rappers that was from Atlanta that was the Trailblazers. we got everybody on one song, so we had to split it up into like 7 or 8 videos, but we got everybody, like from the first rapper, Mojo, to, you know what I'm saying, we got Big Old Son, Corey, he on the song. Yeah, so we definitely work with Big on them.
Yeah. I noticed that Atlanta is just one of those cities that they embraced each other. They show each other a lot of love, you know. Why is that in Atlanta? It's a good thing, but I'm just asking, why do you feel like that is so strong in our city?
Because when you go other places and do shows, and say like if you run into somebody from Atlanta, you're gonna team up. You're like, we Atlanta. No, it ain't even gotta be rappers. It's just anybody. Like when you go somewhere else, when you from Atlanta, you gotta represent that you from Atlanta. And everybody gonna pay attention to you because you from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, man, Atlanta. People stay down with each other because that's just home. That's a fact. It's family. You know what I'm saying? It's just when you go somewhere else, you gotta stay down. Just like New York niggas, you see them so over there in New York. Yeah, son. You know what I'm saying? Or they click up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta stay down with your whole team. Yeah. So we show each other love, and recently, like everybody, even back in the day when people was rivalries, they ain't rivalry no more. Everybody is like been clicked up. It's like we're a family now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
I love that. Willie, in your opinion, why did Atlanta do away with Freaknik?
Man, it was so much going on with Freaknik, and at the time we had the Freaknik anthem, "Looking for Nikki." So we was like, every car was playing "Looking for Nikki," and people was taking that, and you know, they was having fun, but it was like other stuff going on. Like we had fun on that type of thing, but it was like the rapes and, you know what I'm saying, like sexual assaults and stuff. The crime sort of went up. People was, you know, the traffic. You know what I'm saying. There was a lot of other stuff that the city didn't like. They, you know what I'm saying. They liked the money because there was a lot of money coming through Atlanta, but you know, it was like stuff that some of the people was complaining about. Some of the people weren't even from here, but you know what I'm saying. It was like the mayor. I think Bill Campbell was the mayor at the time, and it was like when he got out of office, Bill Campbell was down with it. Now he was helping us do a lot of stuff. We did a show with Bill Campbell, but when the next person came in, it was like they pressure from the city, you know, like it was changing. So they like shut that down. They figured out a way to keep us on the highway and keep us off them streets because it was wild. Yeah, a lot of stuff was going on. So they let that go, and you know they try to bring it back now. You know, last year we did a Freaknik show, but it don't be the same.
No, it's not gonna be the same. It's not the same. It's not gonna be the same. In your opinion, the Dungeon family is such a close-knit family. What kept the Dungeon family so close like that? The brotherhood there. What kept that going?
Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Like they gonna, like, you can't go nowhere without people asking you about the next one. So it's like we just was so close that, you know, you can't let that go. That's family. The Dungeon family is Dungeon family for life. DF for life. So you might even, just like family, you might have people bumping heads here and there. And some people might not be dealing with each other at this time, but we all gonna come together and do something. You know, we still family. Yeah. Like when we see each other, it's love. You know? It's all love.
Did you ever have the opportunity to work with Shawty Lo?
Shawty Lo? Nah, not Shawty Lo, but Mookie and Fabo. You know what I'm saying? We work together. We work together now. Like, you know, like I said, they on Old Atlanta. You can't, you know what I'm saying? We got everybody on this one song. Like Fabo, the first video had Fabo in it. Young Dro. Who else was on the first one? It was like but yeah, we got everybody on.
Mhm.
They still,
Yeah.
I got to work with them, but not Charlotte Low.
Yeah.
I did a couple shows with his son though.
For people that don't know you or your background and what you mean to the industry, give people a little background of the artists, the producers that you have had the opportunity to work with.
Man, I don't work with everybody really, especially if they from Atlanta. I can't. I mean, I'm trying to think of somebody who I haven't worked with. Man, I work with. You just have to name somebody. I can tell you if I have it or not. Because I'm telling you, if they from Atlanta, we done did something together.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I came up doing writing and producing, and like I said, what I got with Organized Noise, I got the chance to just meet everybody and work with everybody from Pimp C to the first song I did was with Pimp C, the Lolo. That's the song that I got signed for writing. When they found out I wrote that song, that's the song that got me signed. First person they did was put Pimp C and Cool Breeze on it.
Okay.
And then, from Backbone, man, everybody, like, we don't work with everybody. I can't think of nobody who I haven't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What do you think about, T.I., he one of our own, okay? What do you think about this with him and 50?
Man, 50 come out here and he picked on the wrong one, you know what I'm saying? And I was wondering why I ain't heard Major got there and come back with one, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you picked on T.I. and the whole family got there and got on him, you know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know. I like both of them. 50 had some nice songs, but really, I think he know that he ain't got enough for T.I. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got enough songs for T.I. So he's not trying to do the verses, and I think that's where all that come from. You know what I'm saying? Tell you the truth, you can't go up against T.I. with no verses. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. T.I. got too many. He got vocal skills. Is like, man, come on, his vocabulary. You can't. He gonna eat you up. You know what I'm saying? So I think 50 just picked the wrong battle, and he didn't know how to get out Monday, because you know what I'm saying? Because King, the money.
Yeah.
Oh man. Man, they should have left their boy mama alone. They should have left him alone, because T.I. really didn't have to come back and say nothing, because they did it. But T.I. got a whole album where he just T.I. from I don't know. I think it was just the wrong move. You know what I'm saying? You can't fool T.I.
And the city love T.I., man.
Yeah, you come on, man.
The city love him.
T.I. is the king. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
I want to ask you, for the up and coming rappers in our city in Atlanta, what advice do you have for them? And excuse me, I'm sorry, and songwriters.
Yeah, I mean, to try to do it, do your thing, and do it in, like I say, try to keep your publishing, and you got to work on your craft and learn the business. Never stop working on your craft, like, you know what I'm saying, and like, don't be satisfied with what you record the first time, like, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you gotta dig into it, you know what I'm saying, like we was talking, you know what I'm saying, the first thing that come to your mind shouldn't be the first thing you record. You gotta go deeper than where, you know what I'm saying, each line gotta be deeper than what you thinking from the top. So, just stay into your craft, you know what I'm saying, get better, just work to be better, man, just work on yourself, man, and, stay out of the bullshit. Yeah.
Do you think, what is your opinion on up and coming artists taking an advance when they accept an advance?
I mean, if you sign a deal, you gonna want to advance. You know what I'm saying? Because that's part of signing a deal. But like I say, you don't need that these days. Like I said, the younger generation figured it out. You making your money off the top. Like, you know what I'm saying? You put your stuff out yourself. You got social media. you can make money yourself without doing these deals. And in your city, we're in Atlanta. Atlanta's the spot right now. So if you can make it in Atlanta, like you know, about selling your own music, booking your own shows, a lot of stuff like that. You know, that's where I'm at right now. I'm like, I'm finding venues. Just make your own money. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait on nobody to give you to give you no money to do it. Because you can get advance from a label, but that's not what you know. That was back in the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got advances, but if you with a label, they gonna want that money back. That's part of what the trick that they was doing back then. That money, they want their money back.
Right. That's why I asked that question.
Yeah. So if you can,
it can be tricky, is what you're saying with the advance.
You know, my best advice is just try to stay independent and make your own money. You know what I'm saying? Because you can do it. You can make enough money to live.
Yeah. Willie, how important is it for up and coming artists to have a lawyer there and present to read over that contract very thoroughly?
Yeah, you gotta have a lawyer. You want your lawyer to read it to you, explain every part of that contract to you. You know what I'm saying? That's how they did us. You know what I'm saying? You have a meeting and they sit down and tell you every line in that contract, and if they see something wrong, you know, if you're a lawyer, good lawyer, you're gonna see something wrong in that, and you know, 'cause every contract, the first one is not what you want. You know, so they're gonna try it. So you gotta have a lawyer to go through it and figure out where
the fine print.
and what need to be changed and what need to be this need to be this need to be that. So it's very important to have a lawyer right there with you, a good lawyer, somebody who with you. Not with the company, not somebody to
pick your own.
Pick your own lawyer.
Yeah. Because sometimes their attorney could be, working against. Because sometimes I think the artists get so caught up with the money right there in their face. I guess they're bringing the contract and the money, and they so focused on the money that they see that they're not even thinking about getting a lawyer to read over that contract.
Yeah, but I guess when that money shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? That money shouldn't make you not see what's in that contract. That way, like you can't let that money blind you from what's in that contract. Because like you said, they know that money is gonna be recouped. If they give you whatever they give you, they're gonna want back. Or you gotta put the work in your project for it to make that money back before you start making money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that advance, you know what I'm saying? Like today, it don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean that because you can go do shows and make your own money. You can make that advance.
Yeah.
Especially if you hot and you got people, you go do shows and make that money.
Yeah. Okay. I have one more question to ask you, and I want you to look at the camera when I ask you this question. When you leave this earth, what is it that Wille Hampton want to be remembered for?
Basically, I don't really know from my music, but just being a good person. I don't treat people wrong. I ain't got no haters. You know what I'm saying? Probably is somebody they not gonna hate about my face. They're not gonna tell me they hate, but just receive the love that like people gonna remember me. Like you know what I'm saying? Every day, every day it's gonna be something they gonna remember me by.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta leave a legacy, leave what I'm saying, something that they gonna remember me. I don't want to go out not knowing that dash mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? So that's what.
I love that. How can the viewers follow you on social media?
You can look me up on, I'm on Facebook, Wille Hampton, Instagram, Willie Richie Music, Willie Richie 412. I'm on all the music platforms, Willie Richie Music, Willie Richie. That's it. You can find me everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Just look that name up, Willie Richie. And going through a name change right now. I'm going back to my original name, Wille Hampton Jr. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing a little Southern Soul right now. So if you're into Southern Soul, you're in the Southern Soul situation, you like that, you need to go look up my music. I got us one single but produced right now by DJ Taz. It's called Sexy to the Flow. I got another single out going through my phone, produced by me and DJ Kurt. Man, it's a lot of stuff out there. I got a lot of R&B out there too that I produced with DJ Kurt, DJ Taz, Big Q, Hustle Monkey, who else? Chaser, you know what I'm saying? Young Chaser. When I'm going live, so yeah, I got some stuff out there. Y'all can find out there on all platforms, all music platforms.
I love to hear that. I want to thank you again for stopping by, taking the time out to sit with the Royal Queen, give me an exclusive interview. This was a great interview. It was a great interview, and I thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you.
Y'all know what time it is.
Y'all know what time
It's
it
that
is.
real talk, straight talk with the
You know
Royal
what
Queen.
it is. It's straight talk with the Royal Queen.
With the Royal Queen.
Y'all know what time it is. It's straight talk with the Royal
We
Queen.
straight talking
Yes,
with the Royal
baby.
Queen right now.
It's that time when you finna hit that real talk, straight talk with the Royal Queen.